Hello, welcome to Nerd Council, home for everything nerd. How my name's Ludo.
My name is Tim here.
I'm Ryan.
What's going on, guys?
I might be a little bit hungover.
It's always hungover. This is every time we come on.
Listen, I'm enjoying life, innit?
You're talking to Amy,
listen, I'm 28, I'm young. I'm virile, I'm enjoying my life, innit? I'm enjoying life.
I can't even laugh. I'm the wrong side of 25 now. I turned 26 last week.
A couple more weeks for me, I'm joining you, bro.
Listen, welcome to this side of 20, man. Like, all we do is drink and be depressed and talk about anxiety and shit and turning 30, so...
Big mood.
What you guys been up to?
I've been taking it easy the past couple weeks, because August and July killed my bank account, so I've been at home chilling.
Fam, the budget is like, it's like this.
Bro, don't ask to come out.
I'm done.
I want to say yes.
I'm done.
I have no self-control.
I hear that.
Yeah, like no self-control. We're taking it easy. How about you, Ryan?
Same, really. Obviously, I was out for my birthday last week. I went to Park Row, the DC-themed restaurant.
What'd you think?
That was good. It was good. Very good.
Fancy.
I feel like a butt. There's like a butt somewhere. Be honest.
It just felt like the crowd in there, I felt like a lot of them probably don't even realise that the restaurant is like Batman, like based on Batman.
Right.
They're just there for the vibes, isn't it?
They're for the ambiance.
I'm there sitting at the menu and there's a cocktail called the Blood Haven and I'm like, that's Nightwings. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm like, no one else even knows that. But no, it was good though, innit? It's still a very good experience, isn't it? I recommend it. If people haven't been, then definitely go check it out.
For sure.
And I know they're opening more things later, so...
Yeah, they've got another 2 bars opening up, I think. Is it 2? It's 2. 2 bars opening up, I think, later on this year. So, like, I think they're always going to be adding stuff and they've got events coming up and everything like that.
I'd go back, 100%.
I definitely want to go back or something.
I'm looking to go, like, probably sometime this month as well myself.
I think the easiest thing to do is go just, like, you can walk in just to go to the bar. So at least go and experience the bar.
No, I'm going to get the food, the drinks, while I'm trying to do the full shindig.
Actually, what do you think of the food? Do you think...
I liked it. I liked it. What I got, it was nice, innit? I got
a little steak. What'd you get?
Steak.
I can't be like, they gave us like everything when I went in it. They were like,
What did
you like the most though?
Oh, so they gave us these grilled, it was fried oysters. So I never had oysters before. So they're like, when I asked them, like,
did you slurp it?
Yeah, you have to slurp it. So when I asked them, like, I was like, just give me like 6. They bought like a whole plate of 24. I was like, okay, calm. So I tried one. Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. It's like, I get why people do it.
You squeeze like lemon and all that. Did you do that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got to do the lemon. You got to take it to the shower. You know, put your like toilet hole and stuff. Yeah. And the only thing they didn't bring was caviar, and I was like kind of disappointed because I was like,
you only caviar?
You might as well just go all out. I was like,
Bruce Wayne drip.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, give me the whole experience, bro.
Oh yeah, guys, it's not like you don't go there fancy dressing, like you got to dress nice and whatnot. Just letting people know.
I don't know if you have to dress nice, but it's not jeans and t-shirt.
No, but if you don't, then you will feel underdressed because everyone else there will definitely.
What did you wear, Ryan?
I was dressed smart.
Wait, what's smart? What's smart for you? What's smart for you though?
T-shirt, Converses.
No.
Whoa.
What? No. Smart pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Polo and that, Vivienne Westwood one.
Oh, chill. Vivienne Westwood.
What trousers you on? What trousers?
What's that? No, I was wearing I was wearing trousers. I wasn't wearing jeans to be fair, because I thought it's probably going to be a bit more than jeans, which it was. I was wearing you know them like ankle tees.
The ankle tees.
How do I explain it?
We know.
Wait. Did you wear like a Batman belt as well?
No, I didn't wear it. No, I didn't.
The Batman socks.
No.
Oh, you wearing the shoes that you don't wear socks with? You wearing those shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm for the wishy ones.
Listen, I've actually got a photo in it that I can show you.
What did you wear? Did you wear like a blazer? I know you got a blazer.
Because you know what? I wanted to wear a blazer in it, and I thought, nah, let me not wear a blazer. And I went. I was like, shit, I should have worn a blazer. Yeah. But I did a turtleneck, trousers, no sock shoes. Yeah. So I didn't want to feel like I was underdressed.
Yeah.
But it was weird enough, when I went on my press visit, I think it was like 2 other people there who were very underdressed, and you could see how awkward they felt.
Yeah.
Because like the place is like, I'm not saying the place is bougie,
but
there's a formality to it. Yeah. Like
I wasn't sure how I should dress. Yeah. When I got there, I was a bit glad that I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, because you think like DC themed place, you think, okay, maybe I can just do like a t-shirt type thing. But like I think they really want you to experience the whole like
being the upper class.
That's what they want you to do. Yeah.
It's immersive because even the way all the waiters are dressed as well.
Exactly.
Like if you like
garçon.
To the point where like I think each service person or waiter in each area has different uniforms as well.
Okay.
So like it's subtle changes, but like it's
they look like they're out of Gotham.
Okay. Yeah,
they look like they're out of Gotham, which is fair play to them. They've done it very well.
Let's get onto the poll.
Okay, cool. So I did a poll. So obviously when the Matrix Resurrection trailer dropped, I did a poll on what everyone thought would be like the movie of like the Christmas movie in it, because obviously Spider-Man Far From Home is coming out around the same time, December time. So basically the simple question was, it's going to be a battle between Spider-Man No Way Home and the Matrix Resurrections for the Christmas box office. Who's going to come out on top?
We are not beating Disney.
So let me finish. So there were 901 votes, right? 88% of people said Spider-Man No Way Home, and 12% of people said The Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah, we're not beating
Which I think is a fair assumption to make, that Spider-Man, Disney are going to come out on top on the box office.
It's Spider-Man.
So yeah,
it's Disney. It's Christmas period.
But my thing is,
I think Matrix has been away for like how many years?
Yeah,
like
15?
I know obviously that Matrix has a very big fan base, isn't it?
Right.
But then Disney just have all the kids.
Yeah. Have the kids and the adults as well.
And the families and everything else. Like,
and plus, it extended the MCU further in Stage 4 and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's just something about
Phase 4 even.
The Matrix Resurrections that I just feel like, because it's such an iconic sci-fi franchise, that it might be tough competition. It might be.
I think it will do well. I think the Matrix will do well.
I think it'll do well.
But I don't think
I think like they'll make their money back and more, but I don't think it's Spider-Man is different cheese, man. It's a different sauce right here, man.
Yeah, if it was a different Marvel film,
it's Eternals. If it was
Eternals or Shang-Chi,
I don't think you can like compare it to Eternals. I think there's something about Eternals that I think people are just gonna go see.
I'm just saying, but still,
I think Matrix would put up a much better fight against them. But
Spider-Man still is arguably one of the most popular superheroes ever.
Oh, yeah, facts.
So you know what I'm saying?
Beyond facts.
And plus, obviously, we're getting with Spider-Man. Apparently, we don't know yet, but
we know.
Okay, but instead of Spider-Man or whatnot, people want to see that. Don't want to see Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. I want to see that.
So it's not even like it's a normal Spider-Man movie.
We're going to see other Spider-Man and other Spider-Man villains. So can't beat that, man. Sorry, Neo. Sorry, Neo.
Did you see the trailer? He looks like John Wick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're saying is John Wick basically playing Neo.
I'm expecting him to get the haircut at some point.
I need a trim back.
I need it. Do you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna get a ponytail. It's gonna be a ponytail type situation.
No.
Watch. It's just gonna be
a
slick
army
back
cut
ponytail.
Original look.
Yeah,
original Neo look with the black coat.
But you can't tell he's aged though.
Yeah, but Keanu Reeves is still that action.
I don't get what you're saying. Like, he's aged, isn't it?
Yeah,
everyone ages, but I'm just saying.
But what do you think about they're not bringing back Lawrence Fishburne?
I'm not gonna lie, it irks me a little bit.
I get why. But at the same time, it's like, because I was having a discussion with someone, it's like...
So what's his name? Yahya... What's his name?
Yahya Abdul
Yeah. He's meant to be like...
So I don't think he's meant to be Morpheus, but I think it's
Morpheus' son or something?
heavily implied that he is some kind of Morpheus character, innit? From what he was doing.
That's what I took from the trailer, innit?
Yeah.
Alright, you watched the trailer?
I watch trailers now, man.
I watch
trailers now.
When did you stop? When did you break out your pact?
Spider-Man.
So what then? This Spider-Man just passed.
Yeah,
So you only started watching trailers recently then?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I thought it
was like a while now.
For like 2 years, you just started watching trailers.
Yeah, no, I'm back now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
So I think what they should have done, because obviously Lawrence Fishburne, I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to sound ageist, but like he's a very old man. Obviously he's a very old man, but he's not as
young as he once was.
He's not as young as he once was, right? He can't do the whole stuff he used to do as Morpheus, the flips, the fighting scenes, doing the crane kicks and stuff. But I thought what they could have done is like have, I guess, Lawrence in the real world, right, and then have Yahya be like his Matrix self, which I think would have been a better thing than just like not inviting him back to the film altogether.
It seems like they're writing him out for whatever reason.
So he specifically said that they did not invite him back.
They invite him back
to the
because for a second I thought he was dead, but obviously he didn't die or whatnot yet.
Yeah, I thought Morpheus died too. I thought Morpheus died. I had to go check. Yeah. Oh, did Morpheus die in the film? So that's why I didn't bring him back. But you know what? Knowing Hollywood and stuff, he could just be saying that, and then we're gonna see Morpheus in the film anyway.
Probably, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But like a red herring in it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If I have to.
But the thing is, Morpheus is a very big part of Matrix.
Exactly.
Very,
That's what I'm saying. So going into the fourth one, I think I'll find it hard to watch it
with him not being in it.
Seeing someone else essentially take his place.
Another black bold guy.
He talks like him, fights like him, acts like him, but
it's the magical Negro trope, innit? Like the mystical black guy.
There's only one bold black guy.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, man. A new report suggests Netflix is looking to make a live-action Pokemon movie.
Scrap that shit.
Netflix down to hell.
Okay,
but then again, because obviously they made what was that?
Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu.
So
that was alright.
Do you know what the thing about Detective Pikachu was? That is that it had a really, 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 really shit storyline.
Yeah,
really shit. But the way they CGI'd the Pokemon was actually very, very good.
Yeah,
like you could watch if you're a Pokemon fan and you watch that, you could have this you have that belief of that, okay, if Pokemon were real, this is what they would look like.
Yeah.
So if they went with a Pokemon thing, do you know what, I wouldn't be mad so much about it because they've done it once. Okay, not necessarily Netflix, but it's been done once, done successfully. So if Netflix want to do a live action Pokemon film, I'm not expecting it to be a great film, but as long as they get the CGI for the Pokemon right, it will be enjoyable. I think it's the one anime, I'll say, one anime show that you can do live action for that will be enjoyable if you get the CGI right.
Because obviously with Pokemon, that comes in the realm of like, is it animes? And obviously it is, but like all like Beyblade or Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah,
of course.
Would you think you'd be able to see Yu-Gi-Oh or Beyblade live action? Do you think that could work?
Yu-Gi-Oh is a bit tricky, I think, because in theory it could work. But there's a lot of CGI that'll go behind it, and a lot of different characters.
Even with Beyblade as well, isn't it?
I think Baby could do actually work very well. Actually.
What about the Bit Beasts when they come out and that? I think that'd be a bit.
If they just do them as holograms and stuff, it'll be easier.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
will have to be some sick looking polygons because it's just like a little 2-pack. You know, 2-pack on the head. Like, whack, bro. Yeah.
Why am I got this image of 2-pack just like?
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is this, bro? But if they do it like that, I'm like, bro, I'm not paying for that. But yeah.
No, I mean, I just think Netflix need to leave like the whole live action stuff. I don't know why they're going down this.
They're literally trying to make everything live action anime. But,
you clock that. The formula don't work. The formula does not work.
But actually, speaking of Netflix, did you see they launched their gaming thing in Poland? Yeah. So you remember how they said like Netflix is going to introduce gaming?
Yeah, launched in Poland.
Yeah, so they launched that in Poland.
Soft launch.
Apparently it's gone pretty well, but it's only for Android devices at the moment.
A little bit off topic. Did you see HBO Max?
What about it? What are they doing?
They've confirmed, so they're going to launch it in some other countries within Europe.
Finally,
not.
I mean, it's not us.
It's not us.
How are they not launching it in the
because of Sky, bro?
The fact they're launching it in other countries gives me hope we will get it eventually.
Apparently, the Sky deal's ending in like 2 years.
So we got to wait 2 years.
I think we got to wait 2 years. It might be 2 years and a bit, but I think around 2 years.
That's so long.
I mean, till then, I mean.
Oh yeah, we have our means, until then.
I know. I've still been watching Titans.
So, you cannot watch time I
missed out on the Titans episodes yet, innit? So
I still haven't seen Titans, you know.
I'm purposely not watching.
I know he doesn't want to watch it, but
I'm watching.
I'm not fully up to date.
It's not.
No, it is.
Lies.
No, season 3.
No, what I'm saying is season 3. Yeah, you can clearly see that. Obviously, with the new budget, with the HBO and that,
right,
it's a lot better. If you watch season 1,
is Beast Boy still turning into a lion and that's it, or is it tiger?
Yes.
No.
But no, honestly, the show's much better.
Okay.
Are you just saying that because of Tim Drake?
No.
You sure?
100%.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Moving on. My Hero Academia reportedly going on sudden hiatus.
What's in the manga?
Yeah, the manga, yeah.
But isn't the manga's still pretty well? I say this from an anime watching perspective. Like the manga's still pretty like far ahead anyway.
There's a few arcs ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's gonna go on a.
How long? That doesn't even say.
I mean, when
I get scared. Obviously, well, I get scared, bro. Because you know these mangakas, they get wet to the bone.
The thing is with that is, I see certain people like on Twitter who do read the manga for My Hero. They say it's so good.
Yeah, bro. They say it's so good.
They say it's crazy.
Good.
I haven't read the manga, but I was reading wiki pages on the arcs and stuff, and I was like. Is this what's coming?
Yeah.
I was like, we're not ready for what's coming. Like,
Rikoshi's going crazy. Every time I read like manga hiatus, because I get like PTSD with Togashi being, man, it scares me. But was it cool?
I mean, if they do go on a hiatus, I don't think it's gonna come back from this in another like 3-4 years.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's gonna be a long ass hiatus.
Alright, cool. The PlayStation Showcase revealed 2 new Marvel titles from Insomniac Games.
So Insomniac are making Spider-Man 2.
And Wolverine. And it's set in the same universe, right?
I think it's going to be set in the same universe. I think if they're smart...
It's implied that it was, I think. Like
I don't think they really showed that it was, but I think if they're smart, they'll make sure that it's...
What age rating has Wolverine got to be?
Oh, it's got to be 18, I don't care. Like, I want blood.
You want to see blood, limbs being detached?
I want like Wolverine to put his claws through someone's head. I don't want to see blood come out of it. I don't want to like him to shy away from that.
Obviously when you're hacking at someone, their life points go down. Now I want to see limbs coming off your body. That's what I want to see. I want to see you get chopped up like sushi.
Do you know? do not. You see Insomniac, then you plaudits, give them their flowers because there's obviously announced the new Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2, Wolverine. I'm pretty sure they done Ratchet and Clank.
They did Ratchet and Clank,
and the Spider-Man Miles game as well.
And the first Spider-Man game
so
as well.
People like to get onto like devs and whatever.
Yeah, but it's something
as like a game studio, whatever, they're putting in work.
Like when
they're putting in work.
I think Sony bought them in like 2018 on a chance, innit? And then they just went ham.
They went crazy.
They went absolutely ham. Like I think the Wolverine game might even be better than Spider-Man ones.
You know the Spider-Man game. Do you think it would be like co-op with Marvel?
So they said there's no co-op. They said there's no co-op.
But you can probably switch between characters.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. And there'll probably be moments where you use like the Zack attack. If you played the Batman Arkham games, there's moments in the games where you have Batman and like Nightwing together, and you can switch between the two in combat and stuff. So it'll probably be something like that.
I'm happy with just that because for me the game wasn't designed for co-op anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's a story game. I'm happy enough to play it just like that.
I think it just needs to be long.
Yeah,
a lot to do in it.
Yeah. Because like the first Spider-Man game was pretty long. Yeah. But then the Miles Morales game, people said that it was quite short, and I kind of agree with it.
But wasn't it just meant to be like an add-on anyway? Wasn't it meant to be like a proper full game in itself?
I think initially initially it was going to be a DLC. But I think they went more and added more to it to make it like its own game.
It was basically like a packed out DLC.
Yeah. For 60 quid.
Yeah. Hey man, these companies be stealing, man. They be stealing.
Money off you, mate.
Bro, yeah.
Just throwing out another Spider-Man game.
The first Injustice movie trailer is here. You guys watch?
I watched it. Didn't really give me anything I didn't know.
Well, the thing is, I'm so interested to know how much of the Injustice storyline are we getting.
So I think we're just getting year one. Like, it must be just year one.
Surely they can't do much more than that.
They can't. Unless they're going to be annoying and do time skips.
I hope not, because they'll just miss out on
so much. Yeah.
If they was to do that, then I would just say it's probably not going to be good. If they focus on year one, then I think it'd be a lot better, and then it gives them the scope to be able to do more. They can do an Injustice 2 if they want.
But you know they're not going to do that though. You know they won't do that.
But even if they didn't,
regardless, whatever they do, I got to see Superman literally put his hand through Joker. I got to see that.
Has to be done.
I got to see that. I got to see that happening, bro. I got to see that.
I was re-watching or re-listening to the so Comic Story on YouTube has this whole like 2.5 hour video going through the entire Injustice storyline. So I was re-watching it, and I just remember thinking like Wonder Woman in Injustice is so freaking annoying. Like she's the most annoying character in that entire saga because like I don't know whether she saw like because Superman lost the way of saying that said, oh, now's my chance to get with Superman. Yeah. But like she's just like she just starts agreeing with him from the beginning. It's like, oh, no one should chat about Superman. Yeah. Superman's right. He's
Batman
the best.
should have it from the start.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, how dare you go against Superman? I'm like, sis, you need to like relax. You don't want you.
Yeah, that's the thing about Injustice. It will take your favorite characters and just completely change them,
mate. Like it's still my favorite DC like storyline to date. Like it's because it's just so out there, like in terms of what happens and stuff. Like
my favorite character in it's Damien.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
You be flip flopping too much, man. Look aside, bro.
No loyalty, bro.
No loyalty. Okay, I'm on his side. Oh no, he's bad.
Well, I mean, after he killed, well, accidentally killed what's his name? Nightwing. Yeah, when he accidentally killed Nightwing, I think that was like his point of like, well, I can't go back to like.
You can't go back now. Yeah, you've done way too much now.
You killed Batman's favorite kid. Like, what do you want to do?
Then years later, he becomes Nightwing. Get your own style, bro.
Owen Wilson has been cast alongside Tiffany Haddish and Lakeith Stanfield in the live-action Haunted Mansion movie for Disney Plus.
I don't even know what that is.
So the Haunted Mansion, I can't even talk today, was a Disney animated film from 2000 and something.
Do you remember the movie The Haunted House, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would be like a remake of that. I don't know.
Is that not what it is?
I believe so.
Or am I getting my wires crossed?
That's why. I was just thinking when I put the news there. I think it was
either way.
You know what? I like Lakeith Stanfield as an actor.
I like Lakeith Stanfield.
I like him a lot.
I don't like Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, she's a bird. She's an idiot.
I'm not a big fan of Tiffany Haddish.
No, she's a clown.
After
the Clubhouse stuff, she nearly made someone like. Basically, she's anti-vax in it.
Yeah.
And obviously, a doctor tried to explain it. She made basically talked about suicide. She's an idiot. But yeah, Lakeith Stanfield, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Have you watched Black Judas and the Messiah?
Have I seen Black Judas and the Messiah?
You gotta watch that, man.
I don't think I have, you know.
You gotta watch that.
I think it's on my watch list.
You gotta watch it. Yeah, you gotta watch it. Obviously, Daniel Kaluuya, he plays.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta watch it.
It's on my list.
And obviously, Lakeith Stanfield, he's the main thing as well. Great movie, man.
I mean, speaking of Tiffany Haddish, I saw so they made the announcement that they doing a Sister Act 3 film with Whoopi and Tiffany Haddish.
I saw that. I saw that, and the thing is, for me,
That's gonna be arse.
Sister Act 1 and 2 are like proper nostalgic. Like, so nostalgic, as in like my mum loves them.
Yeah.
And my mum loves them so much.
Yeah, it's gonna be so whack. Like how how they need to make Come to America too. It's gonna be that whack.
You think so?
I think so. But do you know what? Because it's Sister Act, I think the music's gonna slap. I'll watch it for the music.
I mean, I'll watch it 100%. I have to watch it. I have to, innit?
Yeah, we have to know how bad it's gonna be, innit?
Yeah. Cool. Okay, DC has ruled the first look at their webtoon series, Batman Wayne Family Adventures.
I can't lie to you. Like, I saw this announcement and I was just like, I'm
tired of Batman.
I have Batman fatigue. Like, it's not everyday Batman.
Gucci over here.
It's not everyday Batman. I was like, you could have done anything else.
But it's not really a Batman though.
No, but it's not really. I get it's Batman, and I like that because it shows the dynamics Batman has with each of his
stories. It's the dynamic between the Robins
and also the dynamics they have all between each other as well.
It's still Batman. It's still Batman.
But it's definitely not as Batman.
Me personally, I don't mind seeing more.
Bro, it's like.
I don't mind seeing more Jason Todd material, you know? I'll take it anywhere I can.
Don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah. We all good.
One thing that gets left out a lot in modern media is the relationships the Robins have between each other.
Exactly.
Right.
For all these like live action Batman movies we've got in that, we've never actually, explored Robins. I know this is obviously animated and
but we don't.
As much Batman we get, we don't necessarily see the extended Bat family as well.
And how they feel about each other and how they connect to each other and how maybe there might be some resentment. Like, example, one big thing as well, just go back to Red Hood, I always like link it back is obviously they didn't speak about it in the animated, but obviously when you read the comics, one thing that they made obviously just to even angrier, that he replaced him as well.
Yeah.
And he hated Tim Drake for a while. Stuff like that. He talks about
I'm still gonna watch it, don't get me wrong. But I'm allowed to complain.
Oh yeah,
I'm allowed to complain. I'm still gonna watch it.
You have a valid complaint in terms of the Batman, obviously with him appearing in things that don't need to be left.
Yeah, 100%.
Just to the dark, what was he doing there?
Absolutely no need. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
there is Batman, but
this isn't really for him though, is it? It's for the others.
I mean, I think it'll be good anyway. It's something different in it. But it's just Batman fatigue, man. I don't know.
Speaking of Batman fatigue, Batman The Audio Adventures were released on September 18th.
Did you see what I mean?
HBO Max.
Batman
Audio Adventures.
Do you see what I mean?
The podcast stars Jeffrey Wright as Batman in a series that draws inspiration
It's an audio podcast.
from the spirited fun of the 1960s Batman series and the vintage noir atmosphere of the Batman.
I'm involved.
Audio podcast, bro.
I'm involved.
Are we not tired?
Anyone need a Batman audio podcast?
Are we not tired?
I'm not.
We're getting a Batman podcast.
Oh, man.
Fair enough, I guess.
I mean, I'm still gonna listen to it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm fucking tired, man. Like,
but isn't Jeffrey Wright? Isn't he meant to be Chief Commissioner Gordon in the live action, in the new movies? Yeah, so
and everyone says about this Batman fatigue in it. I know opening day, everyone's gonna watch that movie in it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna watch it.
We'll watch the Batman.
I just feel like up to this point, I don't need more Batman stuff. I'm very. I won't say content. I'm full. I'm stuffed. Yeah. I'm gluttonous.
You've eaten a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Like, of Batman content. Like, we're good. Like, we don't need any more. Like, we get it. Batman's your hottest ticket at the moment. We're good. Give us something else. But okay. Anyway.
Okay. The Matrix Resurrections and the Kingsman will release on the same day this year. We guys be watching both.
I'll watch both, but on the same Matrix has got priority.
Matrix priority.
I think the Kingsman's like the.
It'll be a prequel.
It's a prequel to the Kingsman films, isn't it?
Yeah. So it shows the start of the Kingsman Secret Service.
I think it's not gonna pop like people think it's gonna pop.
But the thing is with Kingsman, I feel like the first movie
so good.
Good, and then it's progressively got worse.
Yeah.
I feel like the concept of doing a prequel, it could be better, but I haven't got as much faith in it as I did before.
So I think the prequels loses the kind of slapstick type stuff that you get in the first film. I think it's a lot more serious.
Eggsy made
Kingsman. The thing is, if it was a direct continuation, so if it was a sequel, I wouldn't be that hyped for it at all because
we got
I didn't enjoy the last one.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it, but because
it's a prequel
and I sort of like the story of seeing how the Kingsman started. That to me is it's like an interesting concept. So I'm a little bit more intrigued to watch the prequel.
But obviously with the prequel, it looks more serious. It kind of, as Timmy said, it does do the slapstick, like little humor, like more unserious side. Don't you think that people will be expecting that? That's what people wanted anyway.
I think you're right. People will expect that, but I think if they understand that the film is exploring where the Kingsman came from, because even with the other films, this like slapstick silly stuff only came because of Eggsy. So because Eggsy isn't there no more, you can't really expect to have the kind of like silliness that's there.
But then do you expect the whole tone of the movie to change?
I just expect action. I still expect those kind of high octane action scenes that you got in the first two films.
Is Colin Firth in it again?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Because he's still my favourite character.
Oh, he's great. He's great.
I think it would depend on...
It's just from the church scene, isn't it? It's just the church scene, isn't it?
It would probably depend from who the main character is, and the main character is how he portrays himself. If he's like a slapstick type person, that's the tone the movie will take.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It depends.
The Kingsmen are very, gentlemanly. Like, Eggsy came and...
and they switch you all up. Yeah.
True.
Jason Momoa has revealed his new suit for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
It was okay.
The black suit was nicer.
It's like...
That's it. The soul suit,
No, because they showed 2 suits.
2? I've only seen 1.
I've seen the full black.
So there's the green. They changed up the green and yellow one.
They did. You're right.
He's right. He had more fins on it or something. Like that. So he looks like the Aquaman we make fun of.
Yeah. The blonde Aquaman.
Like the one no one really rates, and I don't really like that. I don't know. He doesn't need like fins coming out of his boots. To
me, the stealth one was okay. Yeah. It is what it is anyway. At this point, isn't it?
We like a black suit, innit? DC, we like a black suit.
Come on, when's Aquaman 2 meant to come out again? Next year?
I don't know.
I'm so bad when it comes to movie dates, release dates, and that.
It's probably next year sometime. But I know a lot.
What's the face still going to be in it?
That's the thing. A lot of people have said that they're not going to watch the film
because of her.
If she's still in it,
which is fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can afford to not have her in it as well, though. It's weird. I mean, she can not be in the film, but at the same time, it's like I feel like they've...
She's Mera, innit?
I feel like
you can't be replaced, but
I feel that she can definitely be replaced. I don't think it's that deep. I feel like if they was to just get rid of her and recast her, like it's not that deep.
It would kind of be like Rhodey being recasted, isn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like it's not even as bad as that because. Like no one really cares about Mera. Like, come on.
Is she really adding to the story at this point?
As a character in Aquaman film, none of us would care if they replaced her and put someone else in. She's not that deep. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like DC or like Warner Brothers, whoever, I feel like they've kind of committed to the decision that they're going to keep her. I feel like if they're going to get rid of her, they would have done it already. So
to be honest with you, I'm not really surprised with like the way like they're rolling, keeping her anyway. But like
all the other stuff is going
on. Do you know what I mean?
Like
for them, it's just about making the money and stuff like that. I mean, if they really cared about, I guess, the social issue behind her and what she did to Johnny Depp and stuff, they would have got rid of her. They really like. I think if it was Disney, Marvel, they would have got rid of her. They would. I
don't know. I mean, they got rid of James Gunn, but then they reinstated him. It's a bit of a sticky one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They put James Gunn on the bench. And they said, we kind of need you, bro.
They put him on the naughty step.
Yeah, put him on the naughty step. Okay.
Naughty, don't do that again, James.
Come back, James.
When they see DC got over Suicide Squad, they're like, nah, come back.
I think that's what it was. I think they didn't want to listen to.
No, but I said they reinstated him before Suicide Squad.
Did they? I don't know, to be fair.
I'm pretty sure they reinstated him before like Suicide Squad.
I think also though, I think they had to reinstate him also because like I think a lot of the cast for Guardians of the Galaxy were very...
Oh yeah, they was. Especially Batista.
Yeah. Like they were very much like standing behind him and being like,
if he's not doing it, I'm not doing it either.
So like I think like they kind of forced Marvel's hand in that regard.
And obviously Guardians of the Galaxy, they're the A-list characters now.
I do feel like as well Guardians are like a unique property to Gunn. I don't feel like another director could
do it justice.
Guardians,
no.
Yeah. For example, like Ant-Man, you can get another director to do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. But Guardians, not at this point. And how popular Guardians have become.
It's like it's really weird. Like
and then again, James Gunn knows that, hey guys, I made this character. These
I made the Guardians.
I made them who they are. You guys got
Guardians, they're my characters.
They're my characters, so.
No one else can do it really justice, man. Sorry, I'm throwing lots again. Finally, okay, so...
Do you talk about the PS2 showcase and anything else that we mixed out?
We didn't talk about God of War.
How do we not talk about God of War?
Talking point, so... It's so annoying, because the MCU has people hypnotized, isn't it?
Because there's only one
I saw the reaction. When I saw 4,
right.
I was like, that's 4.
Yeah.
As in like... a Norse depiction of 4, innit? You get me? That's what you'd expect him to look like. And then I see so many people on Twitter going nuts saying
because they don't know anything
doesn't look like
because they don't know anything about Norse mythology, bro.
I don't think it's anything about Norse mythology. I think a lot of people just had this warped mindset of like what being strong or strong looks like.
They want like a six-pack and muscles.
Why are you so focused on man's abs?
The Genghis Khan have abs.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, a lot of these brutal king warriors, they were heavy built, but they were crazy.
Do you remember they used to do that program, The World's Strongest Man?
Yeah.
But those guys, were they ripped?
Like, but they're freaking huge. They're monsters, man.
Exactly. Oh, no, they're probably like more TV built, but they'll kill like 50 people in their goal, bro.
But he has no abs, and we want to see muscles and stuff like that. I'm like,
he's the God of War, not God load of abs.
Yeah.
Because once we do have to fight him in the game, you watch how he moves in the concept and stuff. Like, he's gonna move like so fluidly. He's gonna be running about the place. Pure strength, and that's what people want to see. Like,
I've seen people already nitpicking at it. I also saw. Did you see that that tweet of the person moaning about the animation of Kratos and Atreus getting into the boat? Why would he get in the boat any differently?
Like, why to front flip into it?
What do you want to do? Like scrap the whole animation and do something completely different?
It's been like a year or two, bro. Like relax, B.
And do you know how many other games have done that? If you just look at Assassin's Creed, Arkham games.
Any game, like what do you want to do?
There's certain things because it works so well, you don't have to change it, make massive changes. You don't have to.
It's getting into a freaking boat. Like, it's not like it's the most groundbreaking part of the game. Anyway.
I'm liking it's just getting older as well. I'm liking that.
Who?
I don't like it.
Yeah, what Atreus?
I don't like it, man.
He's all grown as shit.
He's just a brat, innit? He's just a brat.
But he's becoming a teenager. You know, you understand? You remember at the end of God of War, the first one, he's teaching him how to hunt deers. In the start of this one, he's come back with the deer himself.
Did you see the way they shot it? The way they shot it, like in the shadow, like he's got horns in it. Yeah, it's freaking sick, man. I can't lie.
I think they confirmed that it's the last game though, isn't it?
What? It's the last game
in this story.
In this story.
After go Egyptian and whatnot.
So right? I don't know if they're gonna do that, but obviously they allude to like other places in like where I think there was a moment in the game we go to like Tyr's Vault.
Yeah, other mythologies.
Yeah, there's other mythologies that I think
would be pretty cool if they go like say Egyptian, Nigerian. That'd be real cool.
It would be cool, but the question then becomes is will Kratos take Atreus with him?
Okay.
That's the question I have because like
you want him to, right? Him growing even more, then finally him becoming,
Yeah, I mean, because eventually
him retiring Kratos.
I mean, he eventually. I didn't think about that though.
Atreus taking
over. I didn't think about that though.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but Atreus obviously has to become Loki and then has to birth. I can't remember all these Norse names. Like he has to birth all these kind of like creatures, monsters. Like he has to fight Jotun, the World Snake. He has to get with Angrboda to birth the World Snake, and the World Snake has to then fight Thor. Like so, those kind of things are tied to that Norse mythology. So I don't know if.
But they can split it off and just let Atreus go in his own way, innit? No. If they after they fight Egyptian,
I don't know. I just don't know if Atreus can join Kratos on that journey. And I think like whatever game comes after Ragnarok is probably going to be like, the last.
Yeah, because Atreus is tied more to the Norse mythology than Kratos is.
Fairs.
And what I can imagine happening is the next God of War game is either going to be Kratos going back to Greece to kind of see like what happened, in the aftermath of what he's done, or it's going to be some kind of like journey of discovery for him. Like, and it's probably going to be Kratos like at his old age, like because he's going on the years, isn't it? So it's probably like Kratos going on some kind of journey to either find something or now that I'm thinking about it, my brain's going mad. I see it. Goes to Egypt, right? Goes to find Anubis, god of the dead, to get his wife and daughter back.
Could work.
It could work. It could be like a discovery type game, innit?
Yeah, like it's gonna be like some kind of self-discovery. But I think that's the next logical step in like creating this journey. But
that does make a lot of sense. I don't see him retiring the Kratos character and like continuing with Atreus.
Nah, personally. I don't think that can work. I don't think Atreus is
that much of a sell.
Yeah. For me, like to play God of War, that is Kratos.
It's Kratos.
It's Kratos. Yeah. And then finally, I think the last little bit of news, my friend locked. Kevin Feige is said to have heavily resisted moving Black Widow to Disney Plus. He disliked the idea of moving a female-led movie straight into streaming. Not surprised.
I mean, I've read that from before, not that specific thing, but I read before that Kevin Feige was annoyed with, I'm guessing like Disney, whoever made the decision to put it on Disney Plus anyway.
Yeah, higher ups,
yeah. So I get it.
But you also get why Disney Plus also put it on. I
think because there's still this fear of cinema performances.
But
and stuff like that,
I feel like in hindsight, looking back, it was obviously a mistake. Even if the whole lawsuit with Scarlett Johansson didn't happen, I think not releasing it in cinemas was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, wait, was it in cinema at all?
Or for like a short period of time, innit? Or like less and less.
I thought it was exclusively on Disney Plus.
I have this weird feeling that I saw it in cinema. Maybe I didn't.
I thought it was at the cinema, but she's suing them because they put it on too early.
Yeah.
Yes, that was what it was. Yeah. That's what it was.
Too soon.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. I mean, she's right. I mean, she has a.
So she wanted to have the cinema run, kind of finishes, and then it's put on Disney.
Because
usually what they should have done.
Usually movies, when it's tied to like a streaming service, they'll put it like a year. When cinemas, then like a year, then they'll put it.
Or even think before we had streaming services, movie would come out in cinema. You'd have to wait months, then it would come out on DVD.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then months later, maybe TV. But then like, it seems like they now want to do. Releasing it on streaming services and the movies at the exact same time.
Yeah, but
so I don't know whether that's giving people options and stuff. But
why should I go film like I got everything here?
Me personally, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Yeah. It's got to be one. Or it
could
be straight for streaming only, but it's got to be one. Alright, cool, we'll do it. But I mean, like, you do the full run in cinemas. Then months down the line, that's what we put on our streaming services.
But like these movies were shot and filmed for cinema.
Exactly. Yeah,
so I don't know how you can really say, because again, I still say a lot of films that people have said they didn't really enjoy or liked. It's because they have the cinema experience. Yeah. Once you get that cinema experience, it adds to the value and the enjoyment of the film. You can't really expect to get the full experience if you're watching it on, a 10-inch screen that's this close to your face, and while you're lying in bed with headphones. Do you know what I mean?
And also a lot of us do it as well. When you're watching movies at home, you're not fully immersed. You're not fully, unless you turn your phone off.
Because you go into the cinema. When I go into the cinema,
your phone's off.
Especially if I've got people with me. If I've got people with me and they ain't been in the cinema with me before. Do not go on your phone next to me.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
When I go into the cinema,
you're disconnected from the outside world. But literally, when you watch a sign like example, you watch something at home on Netflix, it can be anything. It can be something that you really want to watch. Sometimes you're gonna be looking on your phone every night.
You're gonna pause it, go get a drink.
Half the time you watch stuff on your phone, like I put it on picture-in-picture, bro. Like I got the film up in the top corner of my phone, and I'm like, WhatsApp, emails or WhatsApp or Twitter. I don't know. I guess I'm watching the film, but I'm not watching the film.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So
obviously, this starts with our main topic, but obviously, with the success with Shang-Chi is helping other movies they're going forward with it.
Right.
Like obviously, what's called Venom, Carnage is got pushed forward. It's coming out early October. Yeah. Going forward with Eternals and all the other movies. Spider-Man coming out. Remember that I was thinking about pushing that to next year.
Yeah, they were.
Because also it's just that.
Because Shang-Chi done so well in cinema, and it's given them more faith about putting the movies out.
People are going back to the cinema. People want to go and watch films in the cinema, and I feel like
the thing is, you can't beat that experience.
I know for a fact as well that if I'd watched Shang-Chi at home, I would not have enjoyed it as much.
Do you know what? No, I don't think
because that movie took me by surprise. Obviously, we'll talk about that more a bit later, but I know for a fact if I watched that at home, the experience wouldn't have been the same.
And I feel like that. I think that's the point that Kevin and Scarlett are making, that if they had released Black Widow in the cinema, people would have gone to the cinema to watch the film. Even with all the kind of I guess social commentary of like people not liking Black Widow as a character, they still would have gone to the cinema to watch the film, regardless. I think
I would have.
Wait, people probably don't like Black Widow.
I mean, people. We've joked about it for years. Like Black Widow ain't really that kind of character. She ain't that strong.
No, but we joke about obviously her and Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, isn't it? But I mean, you look at the response around the Hawkeye TV show. We joke.
I feel like I'm the only person that's excited for it.
I mean,
to be fair,
but you're excited because of add-on characters. You're not excited because of him.
But it's still gonna be good though. Like you watch. We're gonna have Ronin and stuff, right? And it's gonna be fucking cool, man. Like, come on. This episode of the Nerd Council podcast is brought to you by ELGATO and the new Wave 1 microphone. Now, I know you're probably thinking this is some generic podcast ad, but mate, you cannot deny the sound quality. The new Wave 1 has allowed us to deliver an incredible audio experience for you guys, while still allowing us to deliver the same great content you all love and enjoy. So go check out the new Wave 1 and see how it can improve your audio content. Now, back to our episode. All right, let's get to our main topic. Let's talk about Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. What did we think of the film?
Initial thoughts, guys. Okay, Ryan, you want to start?
Do you know what? I went into the movie with very low expectations.
Same here.
Right. And I was surprised by how good it was. Obviously, I see people shouting like top 5 and that. I'd probably have to watch it again before I can make a decision. But I'd say definitely one of the better origin movies.
Yes, definitely.
For sure. And just a very good movie, generally.
It was very, very much like a really enjoyable experience. Like I wasn't expecting it to be as good as I thought it would be. I mean, I do have things that I can nitpick at that would bring down my score value for the film, but it was overall really solid origin film. Great way to introduce Shang-Chi, and they made a lot of creative decisions that I think paid off in the end for them. Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. It made me pleasantly surprised as well, because I wasn't planning to watch it straight away when it came out. I thought, let me give it a day or two before. Alright, cool. I see people tweeting a lot about it. Okay, now I gotta go watch this. I watch it on the day. It's like, I'm really enjoying this. I enjoyed it. And the thing is, I've always been like a big martial arts movie type fan. It brought those elements back as well, adding the more mystical MCU part as well. And plus, obviously, even with what's her name, Katie. Is it Katie again? Katie. Like she played a important role. I was not expecting her to be. That important.
I was not expecting Awkwafina to have that big of a role in this film. I think.
Is her name Awkwafina?
So the actress that plays Katie is Awkwafina.
Her name's actually Awkwafina. Like
it's not her birth name, but like that's her stage name. Her presence name is Awkwafina, isn't it?
The water.
Wait, what?
Water's Awkwafina, you know.
What do you got? Water's Awkwafina.
You know the water. The water company.
Yeah, Awkwafina. Yeah. I think so. But that's what she goes by.
Okay. So I thought you bugging out.
That's what she goes by. I
thought that was like you taking a piss or something.
So she used to be a rapper. So I didn't even know. So she used to be a rapper, and her rapper name was Awkwafina. And then she went into acting and stuff, and she just kept Awkwafina. So like, I guess
her bars are wet.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but like, a lot of people initially, because of her, weren't really going to go and see the film because she said because she originally said she doesn't do the Chinese tropes of. The Chinese tropes of like the accents in it, the silly accents. I think it's not just that. But she's
comfortable blackfishing.
I wasn't really fully. She has this thing of like doing the whole like kind of black scent and like. I won't say like wanting to be black type thing, but like she does the whole black scent thing. Yeah. But then in certain movies she did black scent drops. Mm-hmm. But people talk about but that's how she was brought up and that's like the neighborhood she was brought into. But like that's not really reflected in her other stuff because she knows when to I guess talk properly and when not to and when to put on the act. So a lot of people, especially black people, were like I don't really want to go see the film because of her. But I feel like as much as you don't want to see it because of her, it's not her film.
Yeah, it's not her film.
It's Simu Liu's, film, and it's his, I guess, acting debut as Shang-Chi, and go watch it for him. And even that, she was actually pretty good in the film.
I really enjoyed it.
I liked her in the film, despite everything. So yeah. Story-wise, what do you think of the story and the plot?
With the story and the plot, it was very fluid, and you could see where they were trying to go. Obviously, it starts off with obviously Shang-Chi leaving the nest, leaving home, building a new life for himself. And his dad finally comes like, I need you to come join the fold again to help be part of my empire, be part of my. Because we know Shang-Chi's dad lived for hundreds of thousands of years, innit? And he finally settles down, but I want to be part of our empire again because we can get our mother back, get my wife back. It shows that. But the thing is, but then again, I didn't necessarily really like. Obviously, I like the dad thing, but him as a villain, overarching villain, I didn't really think it was that serious.
I didn't
feel at any moment of the time they're actually one of them going to die at each other's hands.
Yeah, I didn't consider him a villain in the film per se. I just saw him as a. Because even when they were talking about him being like, like a warlord and doing those kinds of stuff, it didn't give me like villainy.
I like the plot, but this is like talking about him as a villain as well. I didn't get the same thing, and because the plot was good and that, but I feel like with a few other characters as well, including the dad, they didn't give us that much sort of like character development or backstory. So when we're talking about him as a warlord or he's had this many different names or monikers or whatever, they didn't show us that much. If they maybe showed us a little bit more, if they gave us a few scenes...
At the start of the movie, it showed him like obviously taking over a few empires.
Yeah, they showed us a little bit more of that in depth, maybe across different like time eras or whatever. It would have maybe gave him more of like a menacing...
I didn't feel at any point in time in the movie that he actually wanted to kill Shang-Chi. I didn't feel that.
I don't think he wanted to kill
Shang-Chi. But I didn't feel like obviously in a villain usually they want to get rid of the protagonist.
No, but I think the dynamic between Shang-Chi and his dad was that his dad wanted his wife back. He wanted, Shang-Chi, his mother back.
Obviously, his reason, obviously, he was getting played about by the dragon and whatnot. He had a very valid reason. Obviously, the reason when I go back home to your mother's home is to get her back because he actually thought she was
because he was genuinely hearing that, innit?
But I think my thing was like him not really being showcased as a bad guy, as a villain properly at the beginning, kind of took away from that transition from him going from being the bad guy to now being a good guy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because there wasn't... Because it just looked like he was just some any guy and he fell in love in it. I think we needed to see that kind of like really visible dynamic of him going from being like this really menacing guy who wants to take over the world and have control over everything.
And power hungry.
To him giving up.
But he was very... But the thing is, from the minute he met the mum, he was very soft though, innit? Do you know what I mean? So it did kind of take away from that straight away.
And also at the start of the movie, it shows him obviously going to that kingdom, innit?
Yeah.
And it just shows him obviously taking over. But it didn't show anything villainous or anything power hungry. It shows one army fighting against another army. It didn't show
there wasn't a lot going on in that bit. But what I will say is that scene with him and Shang-Chi's mother, I can't remember her names, I'm really bad with names, sorry guys. Him and Shang-Chi's mother outside like the gates of Talo, and they were like kind of like dance fighting, was beautifully choreographed. Like really, 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 really well done. It reminded me of House of Flying Daggers. Yeah. That's what I was getting from that scene. Like it was giving House of Flying Daggers. There was moments where I was like, "Ooh, am I watching Avatar now?" Like, there was a lot. It was a really beautiful scene.
I'd say, for me, the fight choreography, the hand-to-hand combat, for me, it's the best in the MCU.
Up until this point, it was Winter Soldier. We can agree with that. Up until this point, the best hand-to-hand fighting was Winter Soldier. But
and even then, the bar was kind of low for that one. But
Winter Soldier was. No,
I'm not saying this. Bit my tongue. I'm not saying Winter Soldier was bad. Yeah. But like in terms of like what the fight and hand-to-hand choreography was like, the bar was pretty low because it wasn't.
It wasn't much in it.
It wasn't much.
Powers, But Winter Soldier, it cleared the thing for quite some time. But now even Shang-Chi was such at high levels above Winter Soldier even. And we definitely needed that, obviously, because we needed to see the best hand-to-hand fight in an East Asian movie.
It was like over-exaggerated, but in such a good way to make it look better. Like the scaffolding scene.
That was great.
The scaffolding scene.
Really
How many times did you see Jackie Chan fighting that scaffolding scene? It reminded me of that.
It was really, really good. No, I mean, like, even those kind of like exaggerated moments are very, like very part of like when you see like Chinese kung fu movies, like I think that's what I really liked about Shang-Chi. Like they brought in those elements of
those natural, those classical elements of Chinese movies
that we like to watch. Like the Jackie Chan movies. Your
Jet Li, Bruce Lee,
even like this some of the stuff that Michelle Yeoh did in like her early acting years. Like when you look back at those films, you can see those kind of elements.
You can see the carryover.
And it's great. And I think it was a great thing to see because I don't think a lot of people have experienced like Chinese cinema like that as well. So that
but if you see Jet Li, Bruce Lee, you might not. You know Bruce Lee, Jet Li, and Jackie Chan.
I mean, but I mean, if you
like growing up, like
some people have, some people haven't in it. So like,
but those movies were very popular around the world, like back in the day, though. No, especially like fight movies in general. I wouldn't say maybe not Ip Man or whatnot. That came because that's Thailand and whatnot. What's the other movie? Raid. Like, that came a bit later. People got more hip to that. But Jet Li and Jackie Chan, especially Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan was very popular.
Oh yeah, he was an icon
in Western thing. So we saw the fight world. Obviously, we get introduced to obviously Shang-Chi's sister. We also see Abomination and Wong.
Right,
and Wong kills me.
That's the part that pissed me off. I can't lie to you.
It didn't piss me off, but like obviously. We see the Abomination was in the trailer, and it was like, okay, well,
I thought it was Cap.
Like, we're gonna see it in the movie, and they're gonna explain why he's there, and then they literally don't
explain nothing.
It just gives you more questions. But the director has come out since and said that it's done intentionally for a reason. It's not a throwaway thing. It's done intentionally, and we will find out soon why.
But you need to tell us in the film.
It also shows that him and Wong are a place where they're really cool.
Yeah, for me, I actually like it because with that, and obviously with the ending of the movie where you see Banner, Captain Marvel, they managed to create this good origin movie, and then, but at the same time, I feel like maybe in the past with other Marvel movies, you might feel that the character is not that integrated within the rest of the MCU.
Right.
With this, he feels like he's heavily involved already.
Yeah.
You've seen Wong, you've seen Abomination, you've seen the Avengers and that. Now you feel like Shang-Chi going forward, after they've introduced him, he's going to be a very important character.
Which he said, welcome to the team, innit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That I really like that. The fact that they managed to connect it to all the other Marvel movies at the same time.
But with Abomination, though, that came out of left field and he came and left.
I don't know, I just felt like that Wong and Abomination scene could have been taken out of the film. It wouldn't have taken away anything from the film itself. Like the post-credit scene still would have been as great as it was.
Yeah.
Even if Wong didn't appear in the middle of the film.
But he maybe appeared in the end as well.
He really appeared at the end.
Wong's just funny.
Okay, at the end and then the post-credit. But like,
he's just like, people they can't be doing anything. It could be drinking water. You just find it funny, bro. Wong's hilarious, bro.
I do like him, but I just think like they might waste an opportunity when they had him in the film. Because they didn't even talk to Shang. Like, they just, like, had him there kind of talking to Abomination real quick and then they went together through a
punch like Abomination and then took him off on the lead.
Because I ain't watched Incredible Hulk so long. What happened to Abomination? What happened to him?
He was in a raft. Hulk beat him up, tied him up with some chains, and then they took him off to the raft. So he's been in the raft the whole time. Obviously, we don't know what's happened for him to get to the raft. That'll be with Wong.
He's like, yeah.
But like I said, the director said that was done intentionally, and they're going to explain it later. So
I'll wait for the explanation then, but I'm not impressed.
Probably explain like another movie, innit?
Yeah. I'm guessing it might be in like the next Doctor Strange or something.
What did you actually think of the post-credit scene though?
Which one? There was two, weren't there?
Well, I mean, the one that really matters, the first one.
The one with the Avengers?
Yeah.
It was okay, innit? Like I said, I liked it because it kind of introduces him to the rest of the wider universe, innit? The MCU. So I liked it.
Because up until that point, it seemed that obviously with Shang-Chi, besides them speaking about saying, life's short, you can be at a flip of a finger, you can get turned. They didn't really speak about the wider MCU at most, innit? Up until that point, but obviously it does connect them.
So do you think the 10 rings are linked to the Eternals? Or do you think it's something else?
Oh, because of do you mean more specifically because of the beacon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been thinking about that for ages.
I mean, I think it makes the most sense. But I just don't know where else it could be.
It's probably something deeper like that as well. And also, do you guys watch? There was like a someone posted on Twitter. There was like they've been hinted at Shang-Chi since Iron Man 1. There was like a
what, really?
Yeah, like there was like a 10 rings. Like one of the terrorist thing. There's like a 10 ring symbol. Oh
no, but didn't they say that, you know? I think that was more leading to what was going to happen in Iron Man 3.
It was a Mandarin and whatnot,
yeah. Because I don't...
He was speaking to Mandarin, wasn't there? The actor,
I can't remember his name.
Did you enjoy that?
I enjoyed that. I thought that was funny as well.
Typically, that's something I wouldn't enjoy, but I think they actually managed to do it quite well.
I thought it was funny as well.
I liked it up to a point.
Because for me, I didn't like Iron Man 3. I didn't like what they done with the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. And then this movie kind of saves it a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know if that makes sense?
Kind of brings things full circle. I liked him up to the point where they entered Tarlo. I liked him.
Well, you like him, Tarlo? Well, he was like, I'm not dead, I'm just playing.
Towards the end of the movie, he did become a bit gimmicky, innit?
Yeah, like I did, like serious shit's going on.
I thought it was funny as well, bro.
I feel like the explanation for him being there and him obviously being held prisoner because he was impersonating the Mandarin, and I like all that. But then once he did get there, I felt like it was a bit gimmicky. I didn't really like his jokes weren't really hitting like that.
No, me personally, I found funny the whole movie. It was silly, but with Tarlo and whatnot, this comes to our next point. Obviously, just what was your thoughts on people comparing it to Black Panther?
I'm tired of it. I don't see.
You know the comparisons. The
comparisons I see is going to happen.
The comparisons I see, obviously, they're both POC origin movies. Also, the villains are both related to them. And also the third comparison as well is that they both come from places like obviously he's half from Tarlo and Wakanda that's hidden from the rest of the world.
See, those comparisons are valid, right? But those aren't the majority of the comparisons I'm seeing. The comparisons I'm seeing are just that because like, Black Panther was the Black MCU film. You know, Shang-Chi is a Chinese MCU film. You know, Chinese people and Asian people go and see it like Black people saw Black Panther. You know, that's what I was seeing most of the comparisons being. It wasn't a case of like, you know, okay, let's take the two films as they are and compare them as origin stories. That's not what 100%. I was seeing. So I mean,
I didn't, you know, the Black Panther movie, I didn't class as origin story because we really got obviously got seeing him in the first movie and also in Civil War and also in obviously Black Panther the single movie. It doesn't show him becoming Black Panther for the first time. He's been Black Panther for 10+ years. So it doesn't. I never really saw it as an origin movie.
It was like it's not like they're out here comparing Shang-Chi to Iron Man or Thor or Captain America or Captain Marvel or Ant-Man. Like it's just only Black Panther.
I wouldn't have an issue with them comparing the movies. Just like Timmy said, if they were comparing the movies, innit?
Exactly.
But it's not. You know why the comparison?
You know what? Yeah, but like it's just tiring to carry.
Yeah, like why are we talking about the movie, innit?
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi's better than Black Panther. Why? Oh, it just is. I'm like, okay, well, what about the other MCU films? Oh yeah, but it's just better than Black Panther. It's like, and I'm just like, it's just.
What are your thoughts on the mystical elements of that Shang-Chi portrayed? Also, Tarlo being like hidden, being a magical place and whatnot.
I liked it. I think I was expecting Tarlo to maybe be a little bit bigger. But I think it was fine.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was done well. I liked the moving maze, like how to get there. I did like that.
That's pretty cool. That scene was pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
With the dragon eater or whatnot, I've always never been a fan of villains of facing beasts that. Basically, I enjoy my villains when there's dialogue. You understand why they're doing certain things. They speak or whatnot.
Like human kind of
humanoid type things. Like when it's like you face like a big beast, I'm not really a fan of that.
I mean, I think that's why they had Michelle Yeoh's character do the whole explanation as to where
why, but even then, like
no, but I get what you mean. Like
I've never been a big fan of that.
Because especially because like him and his dad faced off against each other, and his dad ended up dying at the hands of the Beast and stuff like that. So you don't really have that kind of dialogue between Shang-Chi and the Beast, where it's like, you know,
which is the main villain.
Like there's no kind of like back and forth. There's nothing like, you know, kind of witty banter type thing. You know, there's just like, you know, crazy big Beast. Okay, let me ride this dragon. But
I'm not gonna lie. When I see Shang-Chi come out of the water,
that
was pretty cool.
I knew it was coming. But like the way they did was great.
I knew it was coming. Of course I did, but I was gassed.
That was sick. It was sick. Like,
but Tyler got a lot of mystical creatures. Even the thing that showed him.
That's it. Like the law, didn't have like a nine-tailed fox.
Yeah. So basically, there was a lot of like
You got Kurama in there, you know.
More like the Chinese mythical creatures in it. I was like, okay, that's what they're really going down. Like they had the.
They had a Rapidash there, bro.
I think they called
They're bare Pokemon, though. I can't lie. Bare legendaries.
Begin with K. I can't remember what it's called. Like the name for the foxes. They begin with K. I can't remember the name. I think it's like. Mine's gone black. They had like the lions as well and stuff like that. Like it was really nice to see that.
I don't know about
something like that.
I know what you're on about.
Like like it's a weird funny name, but yeah, I liked that. I think there could have been maybe a bit more added to it, just to kind of like flesh it out a bit more. But it was like you said, like it was a nice mystical place. I don't think it's going to be revisited.
He doesn't have to do it, yeah.
Nah.
I doubt that as well.
Because he's now going to be connected to the wider MCU. That they have no need to go back there. Like for example,
unless
maybe but then he can't because
he might get training. He might
more training from his aunt, innit?
So I think that might happen. But yeah, it was cool. I think I kind of my one thing was like the whole kind of like power from the dragon thing looked too much like airbending, and I don't know whether or not that was intentional. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like.
Oh shit! That never even crossed my mind.
It was very much like airbending.
Now thinking back, and
I think a lot of people were like, oh, it's like it looks like the last airbender and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But
even with the 10 rings, I'm still not sure what his actual power is.
So I'm assuming my take on the 10 rings is that they just allow you to do stuff. That's like the most basic.
Okay, they allow you to do stuff, but about him, does he have any like powers himself?
I don't know because apparently because like Wong said like he was alerted to something once Shang had the 10 rings.
But then again, you understand,
nothing was active for the past like 1,000 years. But his dad had them.
So what's different? So what is it about Shang that activates the beacon that his dad obviously?
Because his dad's been using them for a while.
Yeah.
So why did that alert?
No idea. And I think that might be something that we end up exploring.
We have to explore at a later date,
There's got to be something. Maybe like because Shang comes from his dad and comes from his mum, the mystical beings.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. So I want to know what actually makes Shang-Chi special, you know?
Yeah. And it might be something to do with
Is he just another form of like Captain America? What is it like? That's what I want to know, you know? Is he Captain America with some jewelry?
With some bling on his arm.
Some rings, but that's what I would like to know. I'm not too fully sure.
There must be a reason for it. And I think it's also why they didn't really explain where his dad found the 10 rings from. Because initially I was like, I need a backstory. Like, where did he find them?
They weren't even rings. Obviously, they were bracelets. I mean, changed. What did you, like...
I mean...
I didn't mind it at all.
Apparently, people's initial theories were that the rings, obviously, were too big.
Like they're meant to be actual rings.
Yeah, so I think that the rings are supposed to be actual rings.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, the rings will actually go on the hands of like a celestial, maybe. That's what, like, is making sense to me. So, like, as opposed to them... being bracelets, they are actual rings, but the person that they meant to fit is just
they've got bigger hands.
He's got freaking huge hands.
But even then, that wouldn't fit Celestial.
Well, I mean, they change size, right?
True, yeah.
So, like,
I mean, I don't know if I'm down with that theory. I think they just changed them because they look better. I feel I couldn't have imagined him putting like actual rings on. Do you know what I mean?
It'll give too much like Thanos again.
That too, yeah.
With the whole like...
So I thought, it was a...
Well, just about Shang-Chi's sister, I really enjoyed her, you know.
I liked her, but we didn't get enough.
Yeah.
I want to see more of her.
We didn't get enough. Though. You know what I was talking when I mentioned earlier, like character development they could have explored. The dynamic, I think they could have...
It seemed this one, the character development we only got is from Shang-Chi and Oscar. That's it.
Exactly. I feel like on the sister they could have honed in that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like the resentment...
Her creating her own battle world as a kid.
Yeah.
And she made that herself.
She's very... Her dynamic is completely different to Shang-Chi, which is why she's actually running the 10 rings now, which you see at the end of the movie. She was annoyed that So Shang-Chi, he didn't want to join. He didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
She was annoyed because she wasn't allowed.
Yeah,
There's a difference, isn't it? She wanted to, but he wouldn't let her because she was a girl. And
even on the scaffolding scene, it shows the mentality is different. Like Shang-Chi, he doesn't want to kill anyone. The reason why he ran away because he can't do it.
Oh yeah, she's like,
what, the America make you soft? She's like, bro, we kill people around here.
Exactly. So
she was dropping everyone off that scaffolding.
Yeah, she's like, hey, bro,
he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
So yeah,
Shang-Chi's just to beat him up, maybe knocking him out. She's like, nah, bro, they gotta go.
Like she punched him up once at the start of the movie. I was like, that's for leaving me. Yeah. They kind of left it at that. They didn't really explore it much after that.
I think she gave Shang-Chi the hands, you know.
Oh, she bagged him up.
I think she did.
No. She don't
want those problems.
He's soft like she said, but if he wanted to, we could have punched him.
I think she can beat.
You don't see that training?
Do you know why?
What, you think she didn't get training as well?
Yeah, not properly though, did it?
She was just bagging him up.
Even answer, this ain't, what's...
Yeah, but when she bagged him up, he weren't trying to fight her like that. He didn't have the same...
She would bag him up, bruv. I'm telling you.
I really enjoyed her. I definitely want to see more of her. With Katie, like, I don't see what makes her, even at the end. Obviously, I enjoyed her as a character, but I don't make what makes her qualified to go when one goes, oh yeah, you got to come as well.
Right.
What, you shoot a few arrows, now you're qualified to come.
That's my thing as well.
To join Avengers meetings.
Like, I don't see why she now all of a sudden has that significance.
We already have an Archer, Hawkeye still alive.
Because it's not like they brought his sister.
Yeah.
If it was him and his sister,
that makes sense. Because she had like a top of the level 1% of the 1% skill. Katie doesn't.
You got to keep the man's love interest there.
I think they're just friends.
Nah, man. No, I think you got...
You think actually...
Did you not... earlier on in the movie...
Oh, the grandma was like...
The grandma was like, you're going to marry her. I guarantee it will happen at some point.
Nah, I think that's too thin.
They can't see it yet.
No, but I think it'll be cool just to show...
It is very obvious.
It's very tropey, but I think it can't be just cool to show like men and women can be friends. Yeah. Nothing more.
I wouldn't mind that, but I definitely feel like they'll go down that route.
But I'm just saying, what makes her qualified? She has basically her skill. Her skill is something that it's not that.
I mean, it's not like she's getting training in Tyler. Like,
because the guy that was training her, he died as well.
Yeah, I mean, she shot one arrow.
He didn't even one of them.
She shot one arrow.
She shot one arrow at a big target. I can do that.
I'm not so sure you can pull that off.
Nah, I could.
She hit her right in the neck as well. Come on, man. That was a money shot, bro.
That was a very big neck. That was a very big neck. So that's what I felt.
That was a moving target.
I don't know, man.
I'm not giving it. But I don't see her. What gives her jurisdiction to come to those meetings?
No, absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's clearly not qualified.
She's not gonna fight. She's not gonna be in the battles. I don't know whether she's gonna be like his sidekick
or like tech support or something.
That's what I was gonna think, like tech support.
Like Oracle or something like that. You see that?
Oh, do you know? Also, I didn't like his costume at the end.
No, I get that. But you mean the one they put him in when he got to Talo?
The red one.
Yeah, the red one.
With the dragon skills. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's his final costume. I feel like that's just what they had there.
That'll be the first costume. But all characters, the costume gets... Its races change, they get upgraded and whatnot.
But if it wasn't to change, then I'd agree. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Also, but even the sister, her becoming head of the Ten Rings, do you think she becomes villainous or...
No, I don't think... No, she's not her father. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Why?
So
it depends what type of villain you mean, innit? Like, I just feel like
with the Ten Rings, you think she's gonna turn into? You think she's gonna turn into a charity?
I don't think she's gonna be.
But I don't think she's necessarily gonna be evil.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna be evil.
I think she's just gonna
clearly gonna be.
She's gonna do what
the Ten Rings is clearly corrupt.
Yeah,
even what she was doing before with the fighting thing, that's clearly illegal.
Yeah. It's gonna be illegal shit. She might, Assassins for Hire type stuff. It might be that kind of thing.
Dabble in a few like metahumans fight.
That sort of thing. Yeah.
If you metahuman trafficking.
Yeah, dabble in something about that.
What do you think of the box office controversy surrounding Shang-Chi?
Not being released in
China, basically. Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs.
What was the thing again?
There's so many things. So this thing's really weird. So initially, when Sim Liu was announced as Shang-Chi, a lot of people of Chinese origin in China, especially like people from Hong Kong on Twitter and stuff, would say like he looks like an Asian stereotype. He's not attractive. He's not good enough. He's not handsome enough to be an actor. He shouldn't be on screen because his facial features look too much like Asian stereotypes, and we don't like that. That was basically what a lot of people were saying. Crazy. That's what a lot of people were agreeing with. People, and especially people higher ups in like the Chinese film industry and stuff like that, because that's not a person that you normally cast, isn't it? And they see him as like an Asian stereotype. And then on top of that, it was something else.
His mum and dad gave an interview, didn't they?
No, he get. I know, but he gave an interview saying the reason why his parents left China, because he said, China's like a third world country with poverty. So he said, but he's silly for saying that. We know, obviously, most of us are born from immigrants or whatnot. We can just say, my parents came to this country, they wanted a better life for me. That's it. Don't trash the country you're from.
No, but I don't think he was trashing it. But
bro,
no. I feel like if you're from a certain country, right? If you're from a certain country, you're allowed to criticize what's going on in that.
No, but China, I wouldn't say China's third world and ridden with poverty, though.
But we don't know where in China he's from, though. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
It's optics. Because what we see and what is actually going on in China are two different things, innit? I wouldn't necessarily say that China is a third world country, but like, does China have poverty? Probably. Is there poverty issue going on in China? Maybe. Yeah. That's probably what he was alluding to. I don't think you necessarily it was a third world country. But I think he said it was something else. There was a third reason. Give me 2 seconds while I find it, because I do want to bring this point up.
The thing is, that's crazy. And you know, China's a very big market as well. Especially obviously Chinese Americans.
What they just completely? Like they said, the movie's just not being released there at all.
Because the thing is,
yeah, that was it. Sorry. And also the early Shang-Chi comics from the 70s had a lot of disrespectful Asian stereotypes.
Okay.
So people, even though that's changed, from ages ago, and they've gotten rid of all of that.
Probably still is a sour taste.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, a lot of these movies, what they do as well, a good thing that they do is that when like, for example, Guardians of the Galaxy comes out or Black Panther, people don't know it. What the first thing they do after the movie? They go back to the source material and start reading the stuff back. Yeah. So say they go Shang-Chi and start going the racist tropes and whatnot.
Exactly.
Like it brings old rules back to the surface. Yeah. Basically.
I mean, so those three reasons are probably why the film isn't going to be released in China. But
then again, if you don't release that in China, what are you going to do in Avengers 5? You're not going to release that as well in China. Because he's going to
they can't. I mean, this is the thing. Like the Chinese film industry has such a hold on like box office performances.
It does. It has a big hold.
Massive.
But it's like the films are going to get made anyway. Like, what can they really do? Not make the films because China don't want them.
No, but it's not.
No, the films are obviously going to get made. But we're saying, what are they going to do?
Is that tying your hand behind your back, innit?
Yeah. Are China? So when Avengers 5 or whatever, when it does release. What are China going to do if it's got Shang-Chi in it and if he's a prominent character? Are they just going to
probably going to be, yeah.
Yeah, you would expect him to be after the credits. Are they just not going to release the movie now?
I have a feeling like Simile is going to have to make a statement and apologise for what he said. Just to kind of like...
Yeah. Based on what I've seen, he'd have to grovel.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even Eternals is in a sticky situation.
Because obviously one of the characters is gay as well.
No, it's not even that. It's because the director said something, because she's Chinese origin as well. Yeah. And she said something about, I'm from my tweet. I did the whole thing on this thing. Yeah. So she said... in 2013, that China is a place where there are lies everywhere. So basically, she was being critical about the Chinese government. So that's why they're like, your film ain't coming out in our country. Yeah. Period. So it's
because China's still under that censorship type thing. Yeah,
like you can't talk bad about China. Yeah. Like you just can't. Like, don't do it in any kind of way, manner, shape, or form. I think also for Syria.
But then don't you as a person know that I know I can't talk bad about the thing, and plus it still affects my money.
Then don't do it.
No, just be neutral.
But see, the thing about
like me, for example, I'm Mongolian thing, but there's a lot of things. I'll just say, cool. The reason my parents came here, boom, boom, boom. What every immigrant says, they wanted a better life. That is it. Don't say anything. That is it. That's what you need to say, bro. Especially you're gonna be an actor. Your movies are tied to China.
No, but whether you like it or not.
Your movies are tied to China's success.
This is the thing. Chloe Zhao's film, or first two films that she's done, didn't come out in China. It wasn't in.
Maybe not her, but I'm on about.
But even Sim, because
he's not a director.
When Sim Liu pitched for Shang-Chi to be made and stuff like that, I don't think he thought about this comments he'd made previously. I don't think he was very self-aware about past comments coming to him, because like as far as he was concerned, his comments didn't mean nothing, innit?
Fairs, yeah.
But it's a sticky one. I honestly, unless they do like public apologies, I don't see either films coming out in China. I don't see it happening. Like, and I don't know how Marvel or Disney are gonna react to that, losing out on that potential. Like, I
don't think there's much they can do about it. They just got to get on with it.
Nah, but that's at least a good like.
Yeah, I know it's mad. I feel like China's probably the biggest earner in the box office.
Yeah,
like the biggest.
Yeah.
So, I think it was only what the Black Panther, what they did, the way they marketed it in China is that they didn't show the black characters in it. They only showed Agent Ross and whatnot.
Is that what they did?
They remember? No, on the fictional picture, what's his name?
No, there was the Black Panther was smaller than yeah. But they loved the film over there though. They loved it. But they went all out.
Yeah, but the thing is, they loved the film, but obviously because we know Black Panther was a moment in time. Yeah. And what the numbers it did like around the world. Right now, obviously, Eternal is gonna be a good movie, but it's not gonna be. When Black Panther came out, like it felt like the earth stood still. You know,
it really did.
It felt like the earth stood still.
It really did.
Eternals,
it doesn't have that same.
It doesn't have that same forward where it doesn't matter what happens in China. The movie's gonna do good, whatever.
I think the marketing for Eternals. It doesn't matter. I think the marketing for Eternals is good, but I think it could have been a lot. It could be a lot better with the cast they have. Yeah. Maybe it's a pandemic issue. I don't know. Yeah. But I feel like.
And plus that's why they have the pandemic.
I feel like they're not going. Like I would expect like. Period. No film, no comic book film has had better marketing than Deadpool. Today. Mm-hmm. I can't think of a better film. Like, second to that, probably Black Panther. But no comic book film has matched the marketing for Deadpool. And it's I would expect Deadpool levels for Eternals because of the casting. Because they've got freaking Angelina Jolie up against thing, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Even to the director.
They got Angelina Jolie, they got Rob Stark.
They've got heavy hitters in that film, bro.
They got John. I'll be forgetting the real names, but they got John. They got John Snow.
And I'm like, okay, you got a couple magazine covers and they all look sparkly and great. It's fine, but like, what else?
An Academy Award-winning director as well.
And also, we see there's going to be Celestials in it as well.
Like, fam, they should be going ham. They should be seeing, I don't know, like a giant statue somewhere.
Do you think they kind of resting their laurels because they got Angelina Jolie? They're just going to sell the strength of the characters.
They are. And I think also because pandemic. Like,
only so much you can do.
Only so much you can do. Okay, so what would you rate the film out of 10?
I give it about a 7, 6, yeah. I'll give it about a steady 7.
Yeah, I think I get 7, 8. Solid.
I'm around the same. I'm sitting around the same 7, 8.
Obviously, with the movie, where would you put it, like, in the whole MCU?
That's so hard to do. That's so hard to do.
It gets harder and harder when
every movie comes out.
It's so much harder.
The orders just keep changing.
Yeah, like, it's like, okay.
Like, me personally, my top 3 is still, obviously, Infinity War and Winter Soldier and probably Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Yeah, it's not touching them for me. I don't know about top 5. Easily top 10. Top 10.
Top 10 for sure.
If we're talking origin movies alone, then it might be my second favourite.
Behind Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think if we're talking solely like origin movies,
probably top Iron Man.
Top 3, I would give it just about top 3. Like top 3 would be like personally for me, Iron Man 1, Doctor Strange. And then Shang-Chi for top 3. Top 5, I would throw in there like. But
with Shang-Chi, it has some weak villains.
But I think the lack of strong antagonists was made up by the very good action scenes. I think
it's got like the best fighting scenes, like the best hand-to-hand combat scenes without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, if it had a better villain.
But the thing is, so many other Marvel movies have had poor villains, so it's. In a sense,
I feel like that's like a Marvel trope now.
It's like a Marvel trope. Yeah, exactly. It's like a Marvel trope anyway. So like, if Shang-Chi's gonna lose marks for having a poor villain, then the other movies are as well.
Yeah,
so it doesn't necessarily make it a worse movie than the others.
But we do mark those things down with poor villains. For example,
yeah, we do.
Of course you do. Yeah, of course you do.
So like, what would you, like, for example, with villains? What would your most your best villains be? Obviously, be Thanos, Ultron.
Do you know what, people have asked me this question before. It's actually hard for me to pick out.
I would.
Like my top, I'd say top 5. Say Thanos, Ultron,
Loki, but then he's even a villain.
You don't count Loki no more.
I mean, you can count Loki up to a point.
Up to a point, because if you're talking like just when you've seen him in the Avengers,
I don't even include Killmonger. You know.
Nah,
I would include him.
No. You don't like him?
No, I don't include him as a villain that I like. I would include him.
I wouldn't.
I don't really like him as a villain.
I would include him.
I thought Killmonger was cringy.
I would pick Ulysses Claw over Killmonger as a better villain.
I don't know about that, but
nah, straight up. Simple as that. Nah, I'm like Killmonger. I can't lie. Killmonger wasn't given what people think he was given. I get his motives, and his motives were very much like, based in real world reality. It could be something that could actually happen. But like as a villain, he just seemed more like a brat, and I don't really like brats.
But to be honest, I feel like, do you know what? I feel like I probably would have appreciated Killmonger more if it wasn't for like all the think pieces and stuff that that kind of ruined it. That kind of ruined it.
Facts. But Lois Akizo, the best Marvel villain we've had, wasn't even in a Marvel film. I think it was the Purple Man from Jessica Jones.
Oh, David Tennant.
Yeah. I think low-key, he's the best villain we've had.
Hey, man.
It was just,
Mr.
Technically, they ain't kind of normal.
There we go. There we go.
Thanos was different.
Thanos is Thanos. Don't get me wrong. Thanos.
Because one thing, I don't know if it's silly or not, but one thing a villain's got got quotables, man.
Yeah.
Quotables, man. I don't remember any Purple Man bars. I can't lie, man. A villain has to have quotables, man. They call me a madman. You know what that, bro? No, literally, you gotta have quotables.
No, it was the way they pulled up and he was just chilling, waiting anyway, just sitting there. Yeah.
No, but you got a villain has to have quotables.
No, you're right. You're
got
right.
the dialogue.
You're right.
Got to be memorable. Like, I don't remember a thing Purple Man said.
Can't make any IG captions with like Purple Man stuff.
Yeah, like,
but the Purple Man was still like a
really good villain.
Really good
Ultron
villain.
as well, bro. The strings, like, come on, man.
Nah, man, because I found his dialogue cringy.
But Ultron's even like, I no longer have strings on me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Ultron
was not even necessarily that bit, but I thought it was more like the jokes he was making.
I feel like Ultron needed less jokes.
Like Shang-Chi.
But I think it sounded good as well, just because of his voice was obviously like a bit like robot-y, computer-y. I was like...
I still think Ultron's gonna make an
appearance. Do you think there's anything memorable? I think the only memorable thing is that I think Shang-Chi father said, if you class him a villain, is obviously a debt blood's got to be paid in debt. I mean, a blood debt's got to be paid in blood.
Yeah.
I find that cool. Yeah. And then the scene in the
so
club.
I like that scene because that made him come off a bit more like menacing. But
I think that just showed like
how much he loved his.
Yeah, like he was about it. Like
his reason, you gotta get the love of your life back. Yeah, you gotta get out.
Yeah, that's pretty.
You're hearing the voice.
Valid.
Yeah, it's fully valid. But my fight's getting slammed up by a dragon or salty, whatever they're called.
I can't deal with you sometimes, leader. I swear to God.
Hey man, is that what it is, bro? Dragon salty, I think.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Anything else we need to bring up?
Their CGI.
Yeah.
Was it iffy?
Yeah, it was a bit iffy.
It wasn't Black Panther iffy. They checked about that. Black Panther was,
I didn't even. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even notice nothing. Maybe that's because I just enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe the first watch.
It wasn't until I left. I was like, that bit was kind of.
What bit?
It's mainly with stuff for the dragon.
Yeah,
really.
Dragon was it?
Yeah.
I didn't even clock.
There was a part. I was with friends in the cinema in it. So when the battle's over and they got off the dragon in it, they were stepping over the dragon's face. I'm like, why are you stepping on the dragon's face, please? Can you not get off on the back? Why are you not all up on the face like? And I think that stuck with me. But CGI was a bit, off in places, but it wasn't like too noticeable. I think they got away with it. Yeah.
Well, couldn't it have been Black Panther back? I noticed that first time.
Yeah, first. How about the soundtrack? What do you guys thought of the soundtrack and whatnot?
Oh, yeah.
I can't even remember it, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, not to do comparison with Black Panther and stuff, but I would have thought they would have done a more...
Far East Asian?
Yeah. Kind of soundtrack. Do you know what I mean? Like got some some Chinese artists on the tracks and a couple of things. Like the credit song being like with Anderson .Paak was a bit like, okay.
What's Anderson .Paak doing? Is he Asian?
Was expecting that. Yeah. Like even the full soundtrack for that they got, I'm just like, you're kind of missing
the point. You're missing the point.
I think they should have gone down the route of getting, more Chinese or Asian artists on the soundtrack, just to kind of add to that experience with the film.
Because even the Black Panther soundtrack, that added to the experience of the film.
Yeah, it absolutely
it's so
did.
iconic, you remember it.
It absolutely did. It absolutely did. Hearing Anderson .Paak at the end of the song was like, at the end of the movie was like,
yeah, what are you doing?
Bit weird.
Yeah.
The song's great.
Yeah, but what are you doing here?
But what are you doing here? Yeah. So I feel like they really should have taken, again, I'm not going to do comparison with Black Panther, but taking what worked really well with Black Panther that made a cultural moment and extended that cultural moment from the cinema to the culture, as it were.
It makes it feel authentic. Black Panther felt authentic because of that.
I mean,
they could have done the same thing.
They had parts of the film where they were just speaking Mandarin. I really liked that. So why not bring that to the soundtrack as well? Because one thing I always do with films, right? If I'm going to a film and the soundtrack slaps, I'm listening to that soundtrack on my way home. I'm listening to that soundtrack a couple of days later because that brings me back to moments in the film as well. So to them,
you always reconnect and reestablish
so for them not to kind of have, I don't know, Chinese artists or Asian artists on the soundtrack, I think kind of brings a disconnect between the film itself and what they were trying to create with having their first Asian, leading actor Asian film in the MCU. I think they could have done a bit more better to do.
Also, it was very important that they had parts of the movie where they're speaking Mandarin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very important.
I mean,
obviously representation-wise, it just shows how obviously that Asian American that you're not always too far from your roots as well.
But this is the thing: the representation has to go beyond the film as well. Like I said, the soundtrack could have been a lot more authentic, if you want to use that word, but it was a missed opportunity. I think they really dropped the ball there. Maybe they'll do it for Shang-Chi too, if and when we get Shang-Chi too. But they really missed the mark there for me personally. But yeah, I think that's what I really was on that part. Yeah. Anything else, guys, before we wrap up? No.
It had the highest. It grossed the highest amount of any film over Labor Day weekend. And now the success of Shang-Chi that's shown even during this pandemic or towards the end of it is that these Disney and other movie companies are more comfortable with not pushing their films back, because literally there was a couple of weeks back before Shang-Chi even dropped, there was talks of pushing Eternals and Spider-Man 2 to next year.
Yeah.
They push it to next year because of that. Even, for example, Venom 2, that's getting pushed to October the 1st. So
I mean, that got pushed back and forth so many times.
I didn't even know until Ludo told me today, because I thought Venom was still on a delay.
Yeah, no,
but apparently it's been pushed forward now.
So it's October 1st?
October 1st. And obviously we're getting Eternals and Spider-Man to round out the year.
Yeah.
Showing that people want to go to cinema.
People want to go to cinema.
I'm not gonna lie, when I went to watch, so I've been going to cinema quite a lot recently. Like, I went to see Candyman. There wasn't that many people there, but when I went to see Shang-Chi, there was a noticeable difference to how many people were in the cinema. I had to queue up to get my popcorn and that. I had to wait. I haven't had to do that for a minute.
Yeah.
So it was a noticeable difference.
I think it's just like I don't want to call it Disney magic, but like there's just something about the Marvel films that just get people to the cinema, man.
They got hold of people.
They've got us in our
MCU got people in a chokehold. Yeah, 100%.
They got stopped.
Like they could bring back a film about Squirrel Girl, and there'll still be
people will go in there.
There'll still be queues to go.
Yeah, I would. You got me. You figured me out. You got me. I'll go watch Squirrel Girl. I can't lie. Squirrel Girl defeat Thanos. I'm watching that.
Fam, that'll be great. Fam, what you mean, bro?
I'm watching that.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap up. Thank you everyone for tuning into this episode. As always, you were great. No announcements.
Not yet.
There's still stuff. I mean, we always say, but there's always stuff in the works and stuff like that. We're trying to get the quiz night going this year. At some point, just kind of find a venue, but pandemic, innit?
Yeah. Pandemic.
Well, it's the usual stuff. Follow us on social media: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn. Bebo, MySpace, Tumblr, Pixo, you know, all the socials. If you've got questions, send in questions. If you want to, I'm still scouting for guests for upcoming stuff. So let us know if you want to be a guest on the podcast.
And what you want to talk about, what episode may be.
We'll move from the table to the couches just for you guys. And yeah, that's more or less it, guys. So,
over and out.
Peace out. Much love.
Are you a content creator looking for some new kit? Well, ELGATO has a quality range of products just for you. That's right, ELGATO isn't just for gaming content. From the chroma key green screen, the key light which provides studio quality lighting, and of course the new Wave Run microphone providing outstanding quality audio, ELGATO is there to meet all your content creation needs. Visit elgato.com and check out the full range of products for more information. And a big shout out to ELGATO for supporting us.